What's going on, guys? It's your boy Young Trilogy Gaming here. I'm back with another video talking to you guys about the gridiron notes that came out for Madden 21's Ultimate Team to give us some more in-depth details about what's going on with the Ultimate Team and different things that are going to be coming out and different things that are going to be there on day one of EA Access, which should start either sometime tomorrow on August 20th, or people have been speculating August 21st. So here we're just going to go through a few things that they're coming out with, which this year, something that's new that they're going to be adding is the ability caps. So essentially what the ability caps are how you, it's essentially a point total. So this point total will go up to 10, and different abilities are going to count a certain number of points towards that cap total that you have of 10. So you may be able to have, like for instance, an improviser quarterback, their skill may be red zone deadeye, which is only going to cost 1 AP, while an escape artist who wants that same red zone deadeye ability is going to have a cost of 3 AP. Again, you can have a total up to 10. X factors do not count towards AP at all. They don't count for that at all. The only thing that it counts right now is just the side abilities. Just the superstar abilities are the only thing that counts towards AP. So you can have as many people activated with superstar abilities as long as you're not going over that 10 limit. Now, if you do have more players set than that 10, you can only activate a certain amount of players that'll get you to that maximum of 10 AP. Which throughout the year, they've advised that they're going to be taking a look at it to see if it's something that people are going to be interested in, or if it's something that may be too overpowered. They might scale the AP number points down a bit more instead of having it at the 10. So it's something that they're going to be closely monitoring, according to Jake Stein, an EA Sports team. So as we're scrolling down, you can see a few of the screenshots in the gridiron notes where it's showing multiple people that have been essentially active as superstars. Like for instance, Aaron Donald has 3 AP points that are being used towards abilities. Bobby Wagner has 2, and of course right now it's only 5 out of 10. So this person would still have 5 AP points available to spend on other players in their depth chart, like a Stephon Gilmore or an Aeneas Williams, or even the Mut Master Sam Mills. So they still have some different options that they may have available as far as abilities. Also within this screen, you also have the ability to be able to deactivate an X Factor, or deactivate a person essentially that maybe, you may think, hey, I have Aaron Donald and he's taking up too much AP points. So what you can do is you can go ahead and deactivate him from the superstar screen instead of having to go all the way into his card to take certain abilities off. You can go ahead and deactivate him and activate another player that you may already have the abilities set on as well. So that's something that I also think is really cool, as a good feature as well. That way you're not spending too much time going back and forth trying to activate and deactivate different things. This year they also made it so the way they're going to be allowing 5 abilities per player. So at 80 overall you'll have 1 tier ability slot unlocked. At 85 you'll have 2 ability slots unlocked. At 90 overall you'll have a 3rd ability slot unlocked. At 98 overall you'll have your 4th. And at 99 overall, if that player does get a 99 overall throughout the year, they will have a 5th ability slot unlocked. However, of course, with these ability slots that are being unlocked, you do have to keep in mind with the AP points, some abilities do cost more than others. So if you put 5 abilities on this one player, that one player might max out your AP limit. So that is something that you do have to kind of keep in mind as well. And then of course during the blog they're just going over some of the card art. So card art is a bit different this year. Last year, as you guys can see underneath Madden 20, you had the little gray outer edge, or outer border as we should say, that took up most of the card art, but you were able to still pretty much see the full player. Well, this year you're only seeing, you might see the full player in uniform, but you're not going to see the same, you're not going to see the player as in whole as we're used to seeing. You're going to more so see different things like his archetype, his position, different abilities that you may have as far as superstar abilities and X Factor abilities, different things like different team chems and different things like that on this gray portion of the card art. Here on this side, I apologize, with these little icons. However, in the middle, the Madden 21 unfocused card art, essentially what that is any player that's not highlighted or any player that you're not hovering over in the game is going to essentially, you're going to be able to see their actual full card art picture. Of course, that'll go away and go to the Madden 21 focused player item look here once you actually hover over that card. Which, as you can see down here, there's a few examples of, hey, when you're hovering over Aaron Donald, you see that 50-50 blend versus Patrick Mahomes or Zach Martin. You can see that, hey, you see the full card art picture. You don't see that 50-50 blend anymore. And now coming down here, as you guys can see, a photo of Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, basically what they did this year as far as player items, they reduced the back of the cards from Madden 20. They used to have 6 different options. Well, they actually reduced that down to 3. So now with the cards, the tabs, you'll be able to do more, but it is also going to be full screen. So when you click on a card, this full screen will pop up. You'll have the option to auction it, trade it, quick sell it for training, or what you can do is you'll have an option of being able to go over to the attributes to see the full attributes of that card. So you'll be able to see your block shed, power move, etc. But also one beautiful thing that they've done here is that they also have given you the option to see when you have your player actually chemmed up, you can see the +1s on this attribute screen as well. So those stats that are being boosted by different chems and different team chems and different things like that will be in blue, and it'll have that +1 added on to it as well. And then of course, with the upgrade screen, they made it a little different this year. Now when you're powering up a player, it tells you, if you move over to the little locked icon, it'll tell you the total cost of how much training it would take to actually power that item up to its highest tier. Also, looking down here, all core elite cards actually have the option to have a physical chem slot as well. So any core elite card will be able to get sprinter, brawler, shaker, and different things like that. As long as they are a core elite card, they can get those without the power-ups. They do not have to be powered up in order to have that physical chem anymore, which is a great change that they had from Madden 21. From Madden 20 to Madden 21. Of course, when you come in via EA Access, your 10-hour trial, or when you're coming in day 1 of your game, the first thing that you're going to be doing is playing the first solo sequence, which is going to be Rivals, which of course, once you complete this Rivals solo sequence, you'll have an option to be able to choose a 85 overall Ben Roethlisberger, Zach Ertz, or Jalen Smith. However, the only difference is with the Rivals is that once you select your player, you do also have an option to be able to exchange it, and it is repeatable as many times as you want. So let's say you get Ben Roethlisberger and then you realize that, hey, once Madden officially comes out, you have your Lamar Jackson pre-order if you pre-ordered the MVP edition. You no longer need Ben Roethlisberger as a quarterback. Well, you can go into that Rivals exchange set and you can trade Ben Roethlisberger in and pick up a Jalen Smith if that's something that you're needing to fill out your team, or Zach Ertz that you may need, to catch a few passes and help your roster out. So I do like that ability that they're giving everybody the option to be able to exchange their players, and they're not just solely locked into one player. So of course, you'll also have the option to be able to earn team captains as well. You'll only be able to earn one of these 4 players though. which will be an Eddie George, Leroy Glover, Ed McCaffrey, Aeneas Williams as well. So you'll only be able to earn one of those 4 team captains. However, the same kind of following theme is with the team captains, you'll be able to exchange that team captain. Like, let's say I picked Eddie George, and now all of a sudden I have a running back and I don't want Eddie George anymore. I can go into the exchange set for the team captains and trade in my Eddie George and pick up an Ed McCaffrey. But also the amazing thing about the team captains as well, along with the team captains, the Mut level master and the Mut Master. So that would be Andre Johnson is the level master and Sam Mills is the Mut Master. With all 3 of those players, you'll be able to pick any team Kim that you want. So if you're a Cowboys fan, you can pick a Cowboys team as your Kim. If you're a Patriots fan, you can pick the Patriots as your team Kim. If you're a Ravens fan, you can pick the Ravens as your team Kim for all 3 of those players. So as long as you earn the item itself, you'll be able to use any theme team that you choose. And if later on you want to go back and change it, you can do so as well. So now we're going to be coming down here to the NFL Epics. The NFL Epics give you the opportunity to earn all 4 of these players. So it's not something that you have to choose from. However, they do each have 25 challenges that you do have to do to earn one of these players. So Larry Fitzgerald has 25 challenges, AP has 25 challenges, Ronnie Lott has 25 challenges, and Jack Youngblood will also have 25 challenges as well. So it is going to be a bit of a grind earning all 4 of these items, but they'll definitely help out your team at the very beginning. There'll definitely be some good pickups to be able to boost your team. Jack Youngblood card looks really, really good, as well as Ronnie Lott. If you don't do all 4, I definitely recommend picking up Ronnie Lott and Jack Youngblood. If you don't go with Eddie George as your team captain, I would also recommend Adrian Peterson. I'm not too big on Larry Fitzgerald unless you're going to use him for short routes or specifically for run block purposes, because Larry Fitzgerald is typically slow on all of his MUT cards. So, of course, we all know speed is king in Madden, and of course, I can't have an 82 speed receiver or an 81 speed receiver running around out there thinking that I'm going to do damage to defenses. So, of course, like I said, Larry Fitzgerald is a special case, but hey, he is free. So if you want to do the solos to get all 4 of them, I would recommend doing that. And I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down a little bit here because we've gone over that Sam Mills is the Mut Master. Of course, he'll start out at 75, but you'll be able to earn some tokens for him by doing different objectives and completing different things within the game. Of course, the objectives that you'll be able to complete will push him all the way up to a 93 overall, and then there will be a different list that you can do objectives for, like this list here, which will be the Mut Master Series 1. There'll be a new list every single time that they update to a new series. So once they go to Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, it's always going to be a new list. And as long as you complete 2 out of those 4 series objective lists, then you're going to get another token for your Mut Master. So that'll be something that'll be dope. Your Mut Master will be going up every single series. So you won't have to wait like previous men's where you've had to go 5, 6, 7 months without your Mut Master being upgraded, and then towards the end of the game they finally upgrade him. So now your Mut Master will be gaining 1+ overall for each series that comes out until they reach a 99 overall. Coming down here to the Level Master, which is going to be Andre Johnson. As you guys can see, he starts off at a 73 when you first get him, but of course as you're gaining your levels and going up higher and higher, you'll see that you'll be able to get these level tokens that you can then put into Andre Johnson and power him up to a higher level. Andre Johnson only goes all the way up to a 89 overall, so he'll max out at an 89 for now. Of course, when they add new series, that's generally when they add new overalls, so you'll be able to get them up to a higher overall at a later date. You're also going to have your team builder solos, which once you do a 16 game challenge sequence, it'll give you an option at the end to choose either an offensive player or a defensive player for that specific team. So I know, like the Ravens, you have a choice between Bradley Boozman, which is a left guard, 84 overall, and Tyus Bowser, which is a outside linebacker for the Ravens, that's also an 84 overall. So you'll be able to have a choice. You won't be able to get both, unfortunately, but you will be able to add someone to your theme team or someone to your squad that'll be able to benefit you. And of course, scrolling down here, as you guys can see, they did bring Team Diamonds back. Previous Maddens, it's been called Theme Diamonds, but this year they decided to roll with Team Diamonds. So this year, you can take a look at the list for your favorite teams. As you guys can see, they brought some pretty good names into the game, like London Fletcher, Roddy White, Keenan McCardell for the Jags. You have a lot of good players here, honestly. You have Elvis Dumerville for the Broncos. You have Kyle Williams, the guy who just recently retired, not that long ago. You got Tegeo Spikes in the game, Bob Sanders for the Colts. You have Warwick Dunn for the Bucks. You have Eric Weddle for the Chargers, Adrian Wilson for the Cardinals. Travis Frederick, they brought him back into the game. You know, he just recently retired due to that disease that he has. Asante Samuel is back in the game as well for the Patriots. So you have a lot of great players that are coming back into the game, and then Troy Vincent as well, and a lot of great players that are going to be there to help theme teams as well when the game first starts off. And of course, there'll be sets. So once you complete all of these player sets, they'll each have different core elites, golds, and silvers different core elites and golds that'll go into the sets. Once you complete all of these 32 sets, then there will be a Team Diamonds Master, Barry Sanders. Unfortunately, we don't have his stats at this moment in time. That's something we won't be able to see until we get into the game, unfortunately. But we do know that Barry Sanders is confirmed the Team Diamonds Master. And of course, this year, Legends are going to be done a little differently. Legends this year is only going to be down to 2. So instead of them coming out with 3 Legends every weekend, it'll only be 2. However, both players will have a limited time boss version. And with the boss versions, they will match the ratings of a fully powered up version of that player. So if you pull a boss version, you won't have to worry about powering up the card because you'll already have those ratings. However, there is a downfall to the boss versions. When, let's say that player gets an upgrade, later on down the road. Let's say you have a 92 overall legend and now he's becoming a 96. Well, you will still need to power up that card in order to be able to get to that 96. So you will still need to power up at a later time. But as far as the boss versions, they're not something that you need to power up right then and there until they get another upgrade down the road. And that's pretty much everything for the blog or the Gridiron notes. More so, there's really nothing else to add. I really feel like EA's done a good job with Mut this year, as far as being able to allow more abilities on the field and make it so the abilities that are really overpowered, like escape artists and different things like that, cost more points. So that way, hey, you can't have 5 people lit up on your side of the ball because you're using the ability that works so effective compared to other abilities. So I do like that idea, but of course, once we actually get into the game, we'll be able to see what the meta is, see how OP certain things are versus how non-OP other abilities are. So I think ultimately it'll be a good idea, but we just have to see as well as how well it's going to work in the game, and we just have to take our time and see how the meta is going to work and see how it stacks up with the meta. But overall, I think that they did a very good job. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for showing so much support recently. I really appreciate it. It's your boy Young Trilogy Gaming. Once again, I'm signing off. Peace and love.